late March 2017, still carried the last breath of winter. The air was cool, restless, never quite settled, hovering between seasons. It was the kind of weather that demanded instinct, not effort. And that was exactly how Malia Obama dressed. She stepped onto the pavement in a jacket that refused to be ignored, a bold sweep of red, deep navy, sharp white, and a quiet line of green cutting through it all. The windbreaker caught the light and the movement of the street at the same time, almost like it was alive with her. It wasn't just clothing, it was timing. A piece pulled straight from a returning past, the echo of the 1990s reborn in a generation that wore memory like it was new. Her jeans were simple, pale blue, rolled just enough to suggest intention without effort. Her trainers, worn, grounded, carried her forward with ease. Nothing about her look tried too hard. That was the power of it. It was lived in, unbothered, real. She walked beside her friends, not ahead, not behind, just within the moment. One of them, in a green top, lingered slightly in the background at times, her presence quieter but steady, like a rhythm beneath the scene. The other, in a denim jacket and dark leggings, laughed openly, holding a drink as if the day had nowhere else to be. Together, the three of them formed something unspoken, freedom without announcement. Malia laughed too, but hers came in flashes. A sudden openness, a tilt of the head, a moment where the world didn't feel like it was watching. Because for the first time in a long time, maybe it wasn't. She had lived half her life behind structure, walls, schedules, protection, expectation. The White House had shaped her world into something precise, watched, measured. But now, in this city, she moved differently. Not as a symbol, but as a person. Her hair, long and softly shifting with the wind, carried lighter tones toward the ends, catching the gray daylight. It framed her face in a way that felt effortless, almost unaware of itself. At times, the breeze pushed it across her eyes, and she didn't rush to fix it. She let it happen. That was the shift. There was something cinematic in the way the moments unfolded. She walked alone, hands loose at her sides, her expression calm, absorbed in her own thoughts. Then she leaned against a parked car, arms folded slightly as if pausing between chapters. Then she laughed again, crossing the street, her body mid-motion, caught between one step and the next. Then she disappeared slightly into the group, just another young woman in the city. But she was never just that, because her story had already been written in a different language. Born into history, raised inside power, Malia Obama had grown up where most lives are observed rather than lived. Yet here she was, in a moment that felt almost invisible, choosing her own rhythm. Her gap year had become more than a pause before Harvard. It was a quiet construction of self, and the city suited that process. New York in March doesn't demand beauty, it demands honesty. The wind cuts through layers, the chill lingers, the sun appears without warmth. You dress for reality, not illusion. Her windbreaker made sense here. Light enough to move, strong enough to shield. A perfect response to a temperature that hovered in between, just like she did. That jacket, so vivid, so unmistakably rooted in the resurgence of retro streetwear, carried its own story. By 2017, the revival of 90s fashion had begun to take hold again. Oversized silhouettes, color block patterns, athletic nostalgia reshaped for a new generation. But on her, it didn't feel like trend adoption. It felt like alignment. She wasn't dressing to be seen. She was dressing to move. And movement was everywhere. In the way she stepped off the curb. In the way her friends leaned toward her, laughing. In the way the wind caught the fabric of her jacket and pushed it slightly behind her, like the past letting go. Even in stillness, she felt in transition. There was no announcement, no declaration of who she was becoming. Just moments, small, ordinary passing moments. But together they carried weight. Because this was how a life changed. Not in headlines, but in quiet walks through city streets. In laughter shared without purpose. In clothing chosen without pressure. In learning how to exist when no one is telling you how. And somewhere between the red of her jacket and the gray of the sky, between winter and spring, between who she had been and who she was becoming, Malia Obama kept walking.